Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Slacker Media. We're doing videos. We're back at it.
Yeah,
Seth, how you doing, bud?
man, I haven't been on camera in quite a while. Suck it in.
Oh, I got BG.
Wow, Seth, you got fat.
We tried to do this once before. For some reason, we just didn't edit it, I guess. But we're
Yeah.
going to be talking some game pickups that we've picked up, I don't know, over the past year, I'd say.
Yeah, we've got a lot. We do this with Blu-rays, so why not do it with some games too?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of buying stuff and never touching it. So I think I've got a good stack here of stuff that I can talk about.
Let's get to it. All right. Well, the first one I've got recently, I hopped on the Nintendo Switch bandwagon.
How long did it take me to convince you?
It took me. It took you a while for me for me to pull the trigger on it. So, he would always tell me how much fun he had with his, and I don't know. I finally grabbed it, so I had to get some of the essential titles. Super Mario Odyssey, man.
So good.
I heard this was like a masterpiece. I expected to have fun with it, but I didn't think it was going to be that great.
Incredibly unique. I would kind of akin it to Super Mario 64 in the way that you go to different worlds
Yeah.
and instead of stars you collect
Power Moons.
power moons. Yes.
Yeah, and it's kind of you just go where you want and at your own pace. And I don't know, I was making an effort to find the moons as I was playing to see how many I could find on my initial run through. And I mean, I don't think I even have half of them. So
Yeah, my first playthrough, I got as many as I could to beat it, and then went back a few months later and just kind of really went at it.
yeah, this was the first game I got for my Switch, and man, it's a good way to break the system. And hell of a game that is Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay, so if we're talking essential titles, not only in the Switch's lifespan, but just Nintendo in general, you got to go with GoldenEye
Oh
for
shit,
the Nintendo
man.
64.
I got chills when you said GoldenEye. Fuck,
GoldenEye.
man.
So this is a game that I'm sure everybody is very familiar with. I don't really have to say too much, but I've been looking for a copy for a very long time. It's a game that I always see at the store, and I could just never pull the trigger. And I went this last time, finally did it, got it for a pretty decent price.
What do they charge you for that nowadays, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I was looking on eBay. It's like 22 to 25. I got it for 20 at the store.
Okay,
Um,
that's pretty good.
but this is like quintessential couch multiplayer.
Right.
This is what everybody played back in the day.
Were you into this as a kid?
I was.
Okay.
I didn't play as much as the multiplayer as many other people did, but played through the game. Had a very creepy vibe to it. After
That's-
I brought it back and
Yeah.
cleaned it up, I put it in and played for a little bit. That level where you're I forget what it is. Is it Tundra, Jess? Where you're on the ice surface where you're on the ice and they're coming out of everywhere like they're zombies or something. It's
So good.
the music is creepy, everything, but solid movie, great game. Glad to finally have it in the collection.
So good. All right, so on the subject of Nintendo Switch, had to grab a few more games. Next one I've got is Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I actually got this on eBay. Pretty decent price. To me, something like this is a lot of fun. It's a good quality game, but I can't justify paying like full retail for it.
No way.
So I waited. I had like some eBay coupon, and then on top of the price, it was I got it for a pretty good number. But I love Donkey Kong Country, the original for Super Nintendo. Man, that's like one of my favorite games. I put so much time into that as a kid, and I never got a chance to play this on Wii U. I think it was the original release for it. So, I don't know. Some people have had a gripe with the fact that they kind of ported it over and still decided to charge $60 for it. A few years after it's been out. But I had a good time with it. Good platforming. It's challenging. It's not. I mean, it's hard, but it's not like
It is pretty
unbeatable.
tough. I got pissed a few times.
Yeah, it's definitely a good challenge. I had a lot of fun with it. That is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Keeping right along with the retro games that I picked up Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1. This is a series that I'm not really too familiar with. And you know what?
Shit, bro.
While we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and bunch it in with Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. I started with the fifth one, the most recent one. And the story's convoluted. It's hard to understand. The cutscenes are movie length, but the gameplay is fun.
They are. Now, they are hard to understand.
Yeah.
I played through the first four, and even if you play them in order, it's convoluted. There's a lot
Yeah.
going on. But if you start with one, play them all the way through, I think you'll really get more of an appreciation for it.
Yeah, like I had a really good time with 5. I liked the open world and the freedom that it gave you. Don't know if that's the same for this. These probably are more
That was,
storyline.
yeah, the fifth one. I still haven't played it, but that jumped away from the traditional Metal Gear Solid sort of thing. These are linear, you know where you're going, but man, oh man, those are two masterpieces you're holding right there.
I know. I got this one for $1.
Fuck.
I guess
Criminal that they can sell it for that cheap.
overstocked, I guess, because there were a ton of copies, so they're probably trying to get rid of them. 15 for this one, but can't complain because I've looked it up. I mean, that's kind of the going rate for it.
So good.
And for a game that's, essentially a masterpiece in a lot of people's eyes, it's good to finally have in the collection. That's Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 2.
All right, one final Switch title here. I still got a lot of big ones to grab. I still need to get Zelda and shit. But I wanted to grab this one. I was really interested in that. It's Octopath Traveler. I'm a big RPG guy. I've heard this is a nice throwback to, the old school JRPGs. Put a little bit of time into this. I don't know, not too deep. Maybe like 12, 13 hours so far.
Mm-hmm.
I like the style that they're going for. You got all these different characters. You kind of play their stories individually. But, they join your party. And I don't know, it's... Like I said, I really haven't got sucked into it yet, but what I've seen so far, I can definitely see myself, getting into this. Got the good old school vibe to it.
Same. I've put a few hours into it, but it hasn't caught me yet. Pretty tough at times, but and I'm not really sure how the storyline is really going to play out because, like you said, it's 8 different storylines.
Yeah. It's a little overwhelming, I think.
Yeah, it's another convoluted story, I'd say.
Right. But I just think I don't know if they connect or not. I hear they haven't or they don't. So it's just kind of, you're taking it all in at once. But
love the style.
Yeah, the style's awesome. Like I said, reminds me of some of those old Super Nintendo games, Chrono Trigger, stuff like that. The music, top notch.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to dumping some more time into that. It's Octopath Traveler.
So keeping right along with the Switch JRPGs, I have Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, the thing that I love about the Switch is that it's kind of gotten me out of my comfort zone of the style of games I play. This is not something I would have played even like 5 years ago.
That was never really your genre.
No, JRPGs just never were, but I've put 60 hours into this game. I really don't know what to say about it. It's pretty unique in its style. It's not a turn-based. It's more of like an open world battle system. You use each button to specify different attacks, and I don't know. It kind of engrossed me right from the start.
Right. I haven't picked that one up yet, but I know that's going to be something that I really like.
Yeah, this is another one that's, never really down in price. That is one negative that I will say about the Switch is the games. I love them being ported over, but for them to have the audacity to charge double, triple the price of what it was on the other systems is criminal. But I've had a good time with this game. Can't wait to kind of go back to it. I'm juggling different games at the moment because I can't just play one at a time. But good stuff. Happy to have it.
All right, next up I got an Xbox title here. This is an Xbox 360 game. It's backwards, it's compatible with Xbox One.
Sorry to interrupt, but that is just like one amazing selling point of the Xbox.
It is.
That you can play these old games.
Yeah, I wanted to grab it because it's been since launch since I've played it. That is Grand Theft Auto 4. And this is the complete edition. It's got the DLC episodes from Liberty City.
The Ballad of Gay Tony?
Yeah, man. Okay, I remember going out to get Grand Theft Auto 4 the night it came out for my PlayStation. I never beat it. I don't know. I think with some of these Grand Theft Auto games, I always get so consumed with like just dicking around and driving around that I would never finish them. But I wanted to go back and play this. I always loved the vibe of this, like the knockoff New York City, Liberty City. It's New York. I love the characters. Nico Bellic, I think, is one of the more memorable Grand Theft Auto characters.
Definitely.
But, it's a little bit dated. It's a 10-year-old game now. The faces look a little bit rough, but still, compared to like Vice City or Grand Theft Auto 3, I mean, this is a huge step up. This is still pretty respectable. If you're, somebody who's all into Grand Theft Auto 5, you could go back and play this and still appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, our lists are pretty comparable because I'm going through that game right now at the same time.
Yeah.
The only one I've ever beaten was 5.
Yeah.
But I'm having a good time with this one. I just remember the first time playing it back, like when you got it. Was jumping out of a car for the first time and just watching my ragdoll just fall along the concrete. And I was just so intrigued by that alone.
That was such a big deal when that game came out. I remember it was such a huge step up from Vice City or San Andreas. You know, it's like, wow, this is just amazing how that works, because now you play it and you can definitely see that it's an older game, but it's still a lot of fun. I don't know, I'm making some good progress in this. It's Grand Theft Auto 4 Complete Edition.
Oh. Following along with
Grand Theft Auto.
The Grand Theft Auto. Like I said, our lists are very comparable in different ways. San Andreas. This was a game I think I got this for like $9 or $10, which isn't too bad. Backwards compatible, so I can play it on the what is that system called? The Xbox One. Because those big honking Xbox controllers are a burden to try to play with. Another one I didn't beat, but another one I'm excited to go back and try.
I never really played that one. For some reason, I played 3, I played Vice City, and I just kind of didn't get into that one. I don't know.
Yeah, I skipped over it too, but this is a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah, I know it's really popular.
You can fly planes. I mean, there's like the whole meme with whatever that big black guy's fast food order is.
Hey, I'll take a number 9, fat boy.
Give me a number 9, just like his. Let me get a number 6 with extra dip.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip.
Like, Matt Stoney did a video about it. It's just like, I don't know. People love this game, so I had to give it a shot, especially since I'm playing the 4th one right now.
Wait, is that like a newer release? Like you can play that on your...
So this one is specifically for the original Xbox.
Okay, that's Xbox.
But you can play it on Xbox One.
Shit.
Yeah. This is one of the titles that they have on Xbox One. So, like I said, I'm really happy with Xbox and their backwards compatibility.
Just those Grand Theft Auto, they're just quality, man. They put a lot of time, the attention to detail, even on the older ones. It's like, I don't know, I remember some of that shit just being like mind-blowing as a kid, seeing what you can do in those games.
Have I told the story of when I deleted my friend's Grand Theft Auto memory?
I do remember you telling me that. His brother was going to beat your ass, right?
Yeah. I think I was in elementary school or something. Didn't know how to work a PlayStation 2. All I saw was yes or no. I clicked yes.
Wow.
What it asked me was, do you want to delete the memory? I'm a fucking idiot, but I've learned a lot. Let's play.
All that time down the drain.
I was going to get my ass beat. Let's play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, see how good it really is.
All right, another Xbox title here. This is for Xbox One, Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Me and you have played a little bit of this online. I never really had an Xbox as a kid. Didn't have a 360. I'm only kind of newer to Xbox. I got the One mostly for 4K Blu-ray, but of course I want to play some of the stuff that's available on it. Thought this would be good to grab. I think this is, I don't know, 3 or 4 games.
I think it's Halo 1 through 4.
Yeah. Includes 4 full games. Remastered Halo 2. Yeah, I mean, it's...
And the online is still popping.
Yeah, me and him got into it a little bit. We were playing some of the online matchmaking, and I think recently they made a lot of improvements. That's because...
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I know when this came out, there was a lot of problems with it. I don't know what exactly. I can't speak on that, but I know that they have kind of kept up with it and, kept it kind of well-maintained and have really improved it. But this was, I didn't pay very much for this, and, I can go back and play through the Halo games, which are essential for Xbox. I've played a little bit of the first one, so I've been having a good time with it, It's a must-own, I think. That's Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
All right, so I'm going to bunch these next two up because they're both games I haven't played, but ones that I've heard some good things about. The first one is The Getaway for PS2 and Crimson Skies High Road to Revenge. Reasons that I got these really were because they were both also $1 each.
You can get a lot of those games, man, for dirt cheap now.
Yeah, and this one's backwards compatible also. This one I've heard is almost like a British crime story, almost in tune with like one of Guy Ritchie's earlier movies.
Yeah, I never played that. I remember, hearing about it when it came out.
Yeah. I mean, it even tells you everything that comes with it. 40 square kilometers of London recreated, 24 suicidal missions. Been a fan of like flying games too, like some weird enjoyment I've had with those.
Have you ever played any of the Ace Combat
None
series?
of those.
Really good.
Yeah, but I've heard several times on like the Metal Jesus channel, this is Drunken Master Paul is one of his favorite games.
Yeah, that's it. I was going to ask if that was the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So just a couple games that really didn't know much about that I wanted to kind of delve into. And
all right, so the rest of the games I have are for PS4, which is, I don't know, I've always been primarily a PlayStation gamer, so that's where I buy a lot of my titles. This is, man, I love this game, Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age. This is also coming out on Switch. I know they announced that, so that's pretty cool. I know, people that haven't had a chance to play it, to be able to play this handheld and on the go is going to be pretty badass. This is, you're going to buy it, right?
Yeah, I am. I have it pre-ordered already, actually, because there was a price drop. But I'm sure by the time you see this video, we're going to know when it comes out because E3's coming up.
Right. Dragon Quest has been around forever. This is my first experience with the series. I saw some footage of it. I wanted to grab it. Seemed like my type of game, and it is, man. I dumped so much time into this. Platinumed it on PS4, probably 100 hours, which I don't normally do with games. This is all I played for like 6 months. Really in depth. There's a lot going on. I don't want to say it's easy, but it's definitely not very challenging compared to some of the other games that are like this. I don't think maybe I died once or twice playing it, which, when you get to a boss fight and you can kind of breeze through it, it's a little bit like, you kind of want more of a challenge. But for a lot of people, I think they would love that. It's not discouraging. Me. Yeah, I mean, like, and even though it's a little bit easy, I mean, it's an amazing game. I loved everything about this. So, I don't know, it's, if you're on the fence about it, if you've never gotten to Dragon Quest, I mean, this is the one to grab. It's Dragon Quest XI.
Nice. All right, so this is a 360 game. Picked this up for $2 at a pawn shop. Been looking for it for a little while, so I'm glad I got it. Skate 3. Fan of skating games?
I am. I never got into Skate. I just never played them. I know they were like the realistic counterpunch to the arcade Tony Hawk.
Realistic in a way. Right. One of my favorite things to do on here is the Hall of Meat, which is, you saw in that clip that you commented on Xbox, was basically when you can jump off of anything and just completely catapult yourself off of your skateboard into
that's it
into off stairs, off buildings. It's so much fun, but I haven't really delved too much into the story. So far it seems like it's a lot of trying to sell yourself, trying to get photo shoots and all that stuff, which I'm hoping it goes a little... I'm not expecting it to go the crazy direction those Tony Hawk games go, where you're trying to collect, I don't know, elephant shit and all that in Tony Hawk 4. But so far, I mean, I really like the realistic part of this.
Like I said, I never got into those. I know they're just crazy popular, and people have been dying for them to bring that back. Which I know if they ever brought like a new entry into that series, it would
sell well.
It would, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe by the time you hear this or you see this, Skate 4 will be announced at E3. But yes, enjoying my time with this so far. Makes me want to watch mid-90s.
Oh, so good.
That is Skate 3.
All right, next up, this is a pickup back from Black Friday of last year. It's $20. I love the series, though, so I wanted to give it a go. That is a Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. This is the gold edition. I think it comes with some DLC or something.
Now, so that game that they were going to come out with before, where you're walking through the hallways, was that like a canceled Silent Hill?
Yeah, that was PT. Okay. That was going to be from Kojima, from Metal Gear Solid, and Guillermo del Toro.
I thought this had something to do with that, so this is completely different.
Right, this is part of the Resident Evil series, but this was a change of pace for the series, which has always been kind of third-person, sort of tank controllers. This takes you like first-person, and I don't know, this was creepy. Yeah. I didn't expect to be spooked out by this, but I was. It's kind of got a Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibe going on. Mm-hmm. And you're walking through this house with like this crazy hillbilly family, and there's a lot of creepy shit going on. Kind of a short game. I mean, I think it took me, I don't know, maybe 8 hours of playing it for the first time to get through it. So, it's not a whole lot of content there, but it's something that, I don't know, for me, like I can't sit down and play these for big marathons. I mean, this is like... hour and a half, and then I'm ready to move on to something a little happier. But this was great. I love this series. I mean, Resident Evil 4 is still, I think, the pinnacle of that series. But a lot of them are enjoyable, and this was an interesting change of pace that I think worked really well. So I'm excited to see where this series goes. It's Resident Evil 7.
This next one is a GameCube game. It's probably one of my favorite systems ever. It was the one I really like grew up with and played a lot of. That's 007 Nightfire, another 007 game. This is one that's just, it's not based on any movie. It's just a straight...
I think I had that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people had this. It's one you see all over the place. Like I said, original story just for the game. But one of the reasons that I enjoy it is because it's got couch multiplayer that I wouldn't say exactly is as good as GoldenEye, but it definitely is up there as far as just like good couch multiplayer.
Right. Honestly, now if you played them both side by side, you'd probably enjoy that one more because it's more recent. You know,
more recent. Probably fix a lot of different things.
Right.
But I enjoy it. You got Pierce Brosnan back as Bond, and my favorite Bond.
I love Pierce.
What's your favorite?
I love Pierce.
I love piercing Pierce. What's your favorite 007 movie?
GoldenEye.
But is that the only one you've seen?
No, yeah, I've seen like 5 of them. So.
Yeah. Anyway, fun 007 game. Really fun multiplayer. So that's Nightfire.
Yeah. Did you ever, there's Twin Snakes for GameCube, which is...
Oh, yeah, which is like a remake?
Like a remake of Metal Gear Solid.
Which one? The original?
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. I feel like it's... Yeah, you did. I feel like it's usually expensive, though.
$9.
Was
Shit,
it?
that's probably the way to play Metal Gear Solid for the first time.
I
It's a
don't
little
know why I
more,
didn't get it then.
recent.
That one's like blocks.
Yeah, dude, it's
like Minecraft.
If you, it is, man. Like,
I just like having it.
Yeah, if you haven't played that shit, man, playing for it's so fucking slow, just the way they run and
Great.
it's like.
Well, I mean,
Twin
if
Snakes.
it's like $9, I'll definitely try and pick that
It's a
up.
little more like GameCube, recent graphics.
Yeah.
All right, I've got 2 more here. These kind of, I don't know, show them off at the same time. They're 2 compilations. This is the BioShock collection and Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. Familiar with these?
BioShock, still trying to delve into Uncharted.
Okay, let me start with BioShock then. The first BioShock, I think, is just so good. The I don't know, the mystique and it's got a certain vibe. It's a certain locale that is so unique and just interesting. I love the first BioShock game. That was actually the only one I'd ever played. Never got into 2. I never got into Infinite. I went through, replayed 1, of course. Played 2, which I know a lot of people love. Pretty much,
similar.
It's pretty much like the first one. Infinite, I haven't got into yet, but
me neither.
I don't know. I really like the aesthetic of that, and I know it's supposed to be really good. So
I like that it's just a different location.
Right. I think I got this for like $15. It's $5 a piece for those games. I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer.
Can't say no.
Yeah, and then for the Uncharted games, again, the only one I've played is the first one, which I know it's crime, right? Yeah. People love that series. It's like if you're, and I sit here and saying how much I love PlayStation, but I haven't played the Uncharted series, so I'm trying to get on that. This is the way to do it. I mean, this is so cheap now. You can
It
get
really
this for,
is. It's crazy for a series that's so beloved.
Right. So, need to pop this in, get working on it, but can't pass up these collections for less than $20. I mean, it's a great deal.
Okay, last one here for me and for the whole video, but the most recent game I have here the most recent game.
Saving the big one for last.
Best for last. Red Dead Redemption 2. I played through this one time already. I played through the whole game in a week because I was so immersed into this world that was created in this game, and I don't know. I have a hard time putting recent things into a favorite of all time list.
Top 10 or whatever.
This game is probably one of my favorite games ever.
Okay.
The immersion, the level of detail, the story. For those who don't know, this is a prequel to Red Dead Redemption, the original. And I loved getting immersed into this world and learning about why things were the way they were in the original.
Yeah.
How, Dutch kind of went crazy, his descent into madness. My one gripe with this game is the online. I've not been able to stay connected.
Right.
But that doesn't deter from the absolutely masterful story.
And with that online, I think it's like a work in progress.
Yeah.
It took them a while to get Grand Theft Auto Online to be what it is now, and what's that game's 5 years old now?
5, 6.
That online is still crazy popular, so I think that will eventually happen with this.
Yeah, but I'm just I love this game. Honestly, right after I finished the story, I could have gone back and played it again. It's just it's long too. It's just so beautifully done. I mean, this is probably the best looking game I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some clips of it. I haven't grabbed it yet. I'm just waiting to get through some of this other shit because I know.
Yeah.
With those Rockstar games, man, I loved the first Red Dead Redemption. I bought that the day it came out. I played through it really quick. I know as soon as I get that, it's going to eat up some time.
I still love the first Red Dead Redemption,
right.
but after I played this, I had to go back and go through that story again just to complete the whole thing, and nothing compared to this.
Wow.
I mean, I know people are about, well, I just love the original, but you can love it, but if you say that one's better than this one, I think you might be lying to yourself.
Rockstar's quality, man. You know, you wait 5-6 years in between games, but that's, this is the result of that.
Yeah. I mean, numerous Game of the Year awards. This is just the pinnacle of what gaming can be, and what I hope the future of gaming can essentially be as good as this.
I'm excited to dive into that, man.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
All
right, so that's everything.
Wow.
That isn't even really close to everything that we've picked up over the past year, I would probably guess.
Right.
But we wanted to keep it a little condensed and talk about some of the things that we really wanted to talk about.
Yeah, and we'll do more of these gaming pickups videos. Let us know down below what you think of any of the titles, and,
Give us some suggestions for games you want us to play. I mean, we always ask for suggestions for movies. Let's hear some games down below.
We're all about all sorts of media here. Film, games, we cover it all.
We love it all. And we love all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the constant support. I don't know.
Thanks for watching, guys.
We'll see you next time.